Hi everybody, Rochelle Jones, Grief Recovery. So I just have something I want to bring forward and hopefully spark some thinking, some chewing, some pondering. So, I think a lot of us in the world, myself included, likes to feel loved, sometimes from somewhere, somehow, okay? And sometimes in relationships, I have people in my life where I can see something's hurting them. I can see it because remember, communication, the percentage of communication that comes from words is quite small. Most of our communication is coming from, our eye muscles, our cheek muscles, our mouth muscles, the veins in our head, the squintiness, the way we carry our shoulders, or the way we carry our shoulders, the tension, the way we hold our body, right? There's all kinds of ways that we are picking up on someone else's status, okay? We don't know exactly what it's all meaning. That's where we have to actually have interpersonal conversation or communication, but we're picking up a lot just by looking at one another. And so I have people in my life whom I can see are going through something. I have no idea what it is, and I say, "How are you?" And I actually say it wanting to have some type of response, but I'm not, going to demand that they tell me. But here's something to consider. When someone says, "How are you?" do you respond with emotional honesty? Remember, you never need to respond with facts and details that don't feel comfortable to say out loud. But it is a good practice to respond with emotional honesty. I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed, or I'm feeling really run down, kind of burned out a little bit. Just something that lets the person know, "Thank you for seeing me. You're on the right track, but I also don't really want to talk about it." And you're able to say even just that. "Thank you for seeing me. Yeah, I'm not feeling great. Thanks so much for asking. I don't want to talk about it right now." And that's perfectly okay. But at least you're acknowledging someone for acknowledging you. I have people in my life who I see something and I say, "How are you?" And they say, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good." And I won't stop right there just like that unless I feel a sharp, "Stop where you are, Rochelle." I will usually say, "Really? I'm seeing something on your face. It appears that something might be bothering you, but I could be wrong." No, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good. I can see it as bright as the daylight sun. But when someone whom I love especially says, "Oh, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm good, I'm fine," I feel shut out. I feel unloved. I feel uncared for, unacknowledged, and I feel unsafe. Unsafe with that person. Maybe they're not feeling safe with me, but I'm certainly not going to feel safe to bring my heart or emotion to them. So it's something to consider. If that, I was the queen of it. In our book, our Grief Recovery Method Handbook, Chapter 5 is about Academy Award recovery. And I'm pretty certain that when John and Russell were writing that chapter, they, of course, years before, but they were feeling my energy coming along because I'm pretty sure it was written about me, for me, everything about me, okay? I wrote the dang chapter. In my life, Academy Award recovery, yeah, I was the best actress on planet Earth. In fact, when I came to Grief Recovery Method, many people said, "What are you doing that class for? You're like the happiest person I've ever known." Okay, I was so good at my performance, but nobody ever really knew what was going on inside. I had experienced a suicide, for Pete's sake, of my father, and still, "You're like the happiest person I've ever known." And it didn't help that I always said, "I'm fine, I'm good. No, I'm okay. Thanks so much for asking." I lied all the time. I broke connection all the time. So it really wasn't a wonder once I got into the Grief Recovery Method that I felt alone because I had isolated my true self, the stuff on the inside, outside of the view of others. There is a safe way to communicate your emotional truth. And remember, your emotional truth is not hiding in the facts and details. Those live up here. Your emotional truth is hiding right here. I feel unloved, feeling kind of isolated and sort of lonely, overwhelmed. Thanks for asking. You see, there's no actual detail in that, because sometimes we're just aren't in a place where we're feeling safe, or there are hearers around where we don't feel safe to share details. And that's okay. It's not about the details. It's about your emotional honesty. So I ask you to really consider that if you are one who kind of refuses to bring your emotional self to the table. What are you doing to your relationships? You could be the most loving person and there for your friends, but I guarantee you they notice that you keep a piece of yourself withheld or withdrawn from them, isolated outside of their view. But is it really outside of their view? And if they are inquiring, if I am inquiring, know that it shuts me off from having a true relationship with you. I'm so aware of emotional honesty and people's lack thereof that it becomes, well, kind of a dagger, a nice good sized wedge in between me and whoever I'm with. So I hope that gives you something to think about, something to ponder, and hopefully sparks some kind of desire and action for you to choose something different, something a little more emotionally honest. I love you all. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.